Welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast, your go-to source for all things women's health. I'm here to guide you through the ups and downs of hormonal changes, helping you understand how these shifts impact every aspect of your life. So whether you're in the perimenopause phase or really any other phase of life, looking to improve your overall well-being, or just seeking practical tips on stress management, nutrition, and fitness, then this podcast is for you. Join me as we explore holistic and functional approaches to health, share expert insights from guests, and empower you to feel your best at every stage of life. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of the Happy Hormones Coach. I'm your host, Jennifer, and today's episode is about something that might hit a little close to home, and I'm talking about multitasking and the day I decided to stop. So let me be clear. I didn't stop multitasking forever. I wish I could say I walked away from it like an old ex I knew was bad for me, never looked back. But the truth is, I decided to test what would happen if just for one day I did one thing at a time, and it changed more than I expected. So I think most of us wear multitasking like a badge of honor, especially in this day and age. And we've been told it's a superpower, proof that we can juggle work, family, health, errands, and still remember to defrost the chicken for dinner, right? But what I realized is that multitasking was not giving me more energy, but in fact, it was draining it and made me less productive in the right way. So here's how it went down. I had client sessions booked, podcast ideas, just like all these things. Of course, my daily laundry, emails, things like that. So naturally, I decided to do everything at once. I was answering emails. I was folding, doing my laundry on my break from my client call, making mental grocery list, trying to chicken scratch my ideas on a sheet of paper. And by 3, my brain felt like a browser with 57 tabs open. No joke. We all know what happens when there's too many tabs opens, right? Everything just stops or it slows down. But that night, I couldn't stop thinking about how fried I felt. Not just tired, but literally just scattered. And I realized this is my normal. I'd normalized running on mental overdrive, and in perimenopause, where our stress response is already more sensitive, that constant mental juggling can really tip us in full-on hormone chaos. So hello cortisol spikes, hi brain fog, hi old friend, why did I just walk into this room moments, right? So the next morning, I made a decision, just one thing at a time, that's it. And here's what that looked like. So when I was eating breakfast, I just ate breakfast. No looking at my phone. That was a hard one. No looking at the TV or no looking at the email, whatever that is. And when I worked on a client plan, I had no other tabs open, which is so not like me. When I went for a walk, I didn't listen to anything, just enjoyed it. So, it's just even the small moments. And let me tell you, it really did feel weird, but it kind of felt good. And my brain kept reaching for something else to do. Like it just needed another distraction because that's how I've been living my life. But within a couple of hours, something shifted. I did feel calmer. My thoughts did line up instead of just kind of being all jumbled together. I didn't feel that constant low levels, stress buzzing in the background. But the best part, I actually had more energy by the afternoon, which normally when I would be done with work, I would just kind of want to just veg out and relax. But I actually had a little bit more energy this time. And so here's the thing, multitasking tricks us into feeling productive because we're busy, but it's fake productivity. You're spreading your focus and yourself and your body and your health so thin that nothing gets your best attention. And your brain burns through more fuel than just trying to keep up. It's like It's like revving your car engine all day and just not moving. And that one day experiment showed me that single tasking is actually an energy management tool. And when you focus on one thing at a time, you actually finish it faster, you do it better, and you preserve mental energy for the rest of your day. And so, for women in perimenopause, energy, as you all know, is gold, right? It has its weight in gold. We can't afford to burn it up on mental gymnastics that don't move us forward and just kind of keep us stuck. Now, I'm not perfect at this. I still catch myself trying to do all the things, but I notice it more. And I can tell when my energy is dipping because it's been, I've been splitting my attention too much. And then I realize that. And I notice and name it. I pull myself back and pause. So here's my challenge to you. Your small action of the week. Pick one task you do every day, whatever it is, whether it's making your coffee, tea, eating lunch, skincare routine. Do it without multitasking. Just one thing. Start small here. Notice how it feels. Notice if your body relaxes. Notice if your mind slows down. It sounds simple, but it really is tougher than it sounds, and the ripple effect is huge. So if you do try it, as always, I do want to hear from you, so let me know. Let's really start untraining ourselves from this do it all at once mindset and see how much energy we can actually keep. All right, Hormone Hotties, that's it for today's episode. Remember, more tasks at once does not mean more done, contrary to what public opinion is in this day and age. Sometimes the real power move is doing less at a time, one thing at a time, and you actually get more from it. Take care. See you next week. Thank you for tuning in to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. Remember, taking charge of your health is a journey, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you enjoyed this episode or any of the other episodes, please be sure to share, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It does help me to reach more women like you who are striving for optimal health and happiness. And don't forget to follow me on social media for daily tips and inspiration. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep thriving.